this, don't put it over this CPI.
Right, so let me just pull up one here.
Sorry, that was my knuckles.
Do what?
Oh, I was cracking my knuckles and I figured it might have been on the audio. So I'm like, don't be concerned. It's just my knuckles.
Okay. Let's see. All right, you can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so for example, this is our branding guideline, and it's pretty extensive. So when you open it up and look at it, and these are all things that you're gonna have to think about. Obviously, yours is going to have a cover, right, for your branding guide.
Yes.
And it should reflect the branding that you have.
Mhm.
You need to lay out some rules, okay, about using the content and what your policy is. Obviously, it's not gonna be to the college, but it's gonna be for your business, okay?
Yep. Oh, how many pages do you want this to be?
I would expect at least 10 pages, honestly.
Okay.
You're gonna have to really stop and think about all these different components. So for example, you're gonna, make your statement up front, okay? You're gonna talk about probably not ADA guidelines, but you can talk.
General usage guidelines.
Exactly. And then they're gonna be like, they got contents in here related to social media.
Mhm.
May have certain rules as far as what can be used in social media, and you need to share those. Or
Mhm.
have rules in terms of, like they talk about news, which is probably not really so relevant to what we're doing.
Different types of logos for different websites. They have different header and banner stuff, sizes.
And then, like, for example, letterhead and stationery. So you would need to say, okay, if you're going to create letterhead and stationery, here are the rules, okay? We're going to offer templates. And I know you're not gonna have the actual template created, but you need to, if that's what the intent would be, then that's what you need to indicate on there, okay? And see how they go through their, like, how to go through the process, open the file, do a save as, make the change, do a save as, back out. And then it can be printed using the PDF. Do not photocopy letterhead. Those are all things that are pretty
General.
yeah, but those are things that you would have to think about including in an identity memo.
Okay.
So then it goes on, they talk about photos. You may probably have information regarding photos for your company that you're doing the branding guide for. Then they talk about video usage, and they talk about typography, and they've got certain approved typefaces. You need to decide what typefaces, right, can be used.
Right.
And for example, they're real specific here, and they say that a classic sans serif font such as Arial, novelty fonts are not to be used for letters or memos, right? So that's probably something to include, right?
Yeah, because it's serious business kind of fonts.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because you got to think about the usage ultimately. If you were doing something.
No Comic Sans.
Yeah, unless you were doing something for a comic book company.
Yeah, or something generally silly, but like serious business.
Exactly. You should probably have some mission, about what is the mission of your business? Why does your business exist? Right? So you should probably have some mission. Obviously, it's going to be very different from what the universities is, but you should come up with a mission. You don't have to get into like the athletics or anything like that, unless whatever you're doing is focused on athletics. You need to probably mention about trademark and licensing. You should probably have some statement on that. And then this is where you would put like your different versions of your logo that you create for you. And you see how that they mention this mark is to be used for building signage. These variations can be used by the designated college owner. These variations, et cetera, et cetera. And they all have specific things attached to them. These are over here are for athletics, right? Then the other thing they do is, they say, here's not how to use it. Like you see, they give examples of stretching. They talk about putting new variations in. They talk about deleting elements from the logo. So you would want to give examples of what not to do. And then the second thing, they talk about spacing. So you would want to include something with your logo about spacing.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the colors. See how they list the PMS color, the CMYK, and the RGB?
Because you need all of them for like print, online, and general.
Yes, exactly. I find it odd that we have a hex code for black, but not for orange. Very strange.
Because black is always going to be the same if it's pure black,
Yeah.
but the orange is specified. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. And then they do different variations based on what your background color is, where you're, right? So you would want to think about that. You're probably not going to have a seal or anything like that.
Mhm.
You may or may not have some other logo type stuff, like you may have a logo with the full name, or you may have an additional logo with an abbreviated name, or you may have a symbol included in one of the logos. I don't know. That's completely up to you. But you'll need to explain the different usages for the different variations.
How many different logo types do you think I should do? Like 3 or 4?
Yeah, I would. I would do a couple different variations of your main logo. And then I would
Okay.
probably have some logo that contains a symbol in it, you know, or an icon, some sort of visual graphic. You know, like here they've got their, what do you call it?
Pioneer head?
The
Something
clip
like
art on your head. So, but I don't want you to use clip art. I want you to do something more original.
that? Okay, I can do that for you.
Yeah, so your logo should be original. And these are just like supporting components. You may or may not want to have some of those. I don't know, but there they are. But, you know. But overall, including your cover, I would anticipate around 10 pages.
Okay.
Okay. Makes sense.
Makes
So-
complete sense to me.
Do what?
I said it makes complete sense to me.
Do what?
It makes complete sense to me.
Okay, so that's what you're doing, and that's gonna be for both assignments, so you won't have another assignment outside of this, because this is a pretty
Okay.
assignment. If you look at it, the local development's one assignment, and then the creation of the manual is kind of the second assignment, so we're just meshing
Okay.
together, so it'll be worth 50 points for the whole entire thing. And I'm
Okay.
thinking, I may actually just include all of the points this week in this development, instead of having you guys also do a discussion board and a
Okay.
quiz. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm thinking that would be a total of 80 points for the week for the creation of this manual.
Okay.
So that's what your assignment's going to be. And of course, your manual has to be exported out as a PDF. And what program do you think you would use to actually put the manual together?
InDesign.
Where would you construct your logos?
Probably Photoshop.
Okay. Or Illustrator?
Yeah.
Illustrator's really good if you're doing original art, especially files and stuff.
Mhm.
Okay. So do you have any questions for me?
Not at the moment, no.
All right, so you're finishing, you're gonna read chapter 8, which is a short chapter. No quiz, no discussion board, no additional assignments, but this will be all 80 points. So you're doing a brand new guy. And I'm
Okay.
myself, because I'm recording this video to put on Canvas for the people that aren't attending.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
All right, this will be due in by next Tuesday night.
Okay.
All right. Well, if you
Have a good day, Monday.
You too, Caitlin. I'll see ya.